Hi, it's Cheryl from Go Bravo Music Studio. Welcome to the studio. You can visit me online as well at gobravomusic.com. Today we're talking about how to do really well in your oral tests, whether you're a singer or whether you play an instrument. Just one thing I'd like to do at the beginning of this video, which is for everybody, and I kind of love to do this because I was taught this by a little student of mine who's about 7 or 8 years old, and I loved it so much that I just want to show you too. And it's a good way to remember some rhythms because part 1 of grade 3 oral is all about rhythm, and it's tricky as you go to the higher grades to actually remember concepts. So it's important that in the lower grades like 1s and 2s that you actually understand how things fit together, and they do fit together very, very well in music. So let's stand up and do this together. Okay. We're going to start with the largest note, which is the semibreve today, and the semibreve has got 4 counts, and it looks like a circle, and it has 4 counts, and we're going to make one humanly, and we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and make a human semibreve. Then we're going to divide our semibreve in half and add a tail to it, so we've got a circle with a tail, and this note is called a minim, and it has 2 counts each time. So we so far have a semibreve with 4 counts. Then underneath that we're dividing it in half and we have 2 minims. So let's just count that and clap it together. Okay, I'll count us 4 beats in. So we're going to be exactly in time together. 1, 2, 3, semibreve. 1, 2, 3, 2 minims. 1, 2, 1, 2. You see, I really can dance in my own studio. Semibreves, 2 minims. Now, we've got a 4-beat measure at the beginning, a 4 for the semibreve. We've divided it into 2 minims. Now, what's half of a minim with 2 counts? What is half of that minim? What is half of 2? I'm glad I heard you say somewhere 1. 1 is half of 2. So what is the name of the note that has got 1 beat? It's not a semibreve because semibreve's got 4. It's not a minim because the minim's got 2. Did you say it starts with k? Crotchet. It's a crotchet. In America, they call these different names like whole notes, quarter notes, half notes, all these sorts of other words. In England and Australia, we tend to use semibreve, minim, crotchet. So a semibreve is a circle, and minims add the tail. 1, 2, 1, 2. Crotchets, we colour the note in, and they have 1 beat each, and we can march to this, and we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's do it. We're going to go from semibreve down to minims, then down to crotchets. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Semibreve, 2, 3, 2 minims. 1, 2, 1, 2. Let's do 4 crotchets. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go backwards. Ready? 1 crotchets, 3, 2 minims. 1, 2, 1, and 1 semibreve. 2, 3, 4. Now, semibreve, minims, 2 beats, crotchets, 1 beat. What's half of 1? Now for some of us, I know this is a bit tricky to work out. A lot of us really know our maths, but when we're small, it's a hard concept. So I like to think of my breakfast crumpet, maybe with a little bit of golden syrup on it or jam, butter. I've got my crumpet, I'm ready to eat it, I'm excited, except you turn up to have breakfast with me and I've got to share my crumpet with you. So I have to cut my crumpet in half, don't I? My 1 crumpet gets divided into 2 parts, into half. Same concept with music. Crotchet, 1 count, and these quicker notes that have a half beat are called quick quavers. And they are going to be clapped like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Okay, how's your brain? Plugged in? Semibreve, 4 beats, 2 minims, 4 crotchets, and we're moving from there into quavers, 2 and 3 and 4, and let's do it together. We're going to go down and then back up again. From the semibreve, 1, 2, 3, 4. Semibreve, 2, 3, 4, 2 minims, 1, 2, 1, 4 crotchets, 1, 2, and into quavers, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and excellent. The quick quavers are the last ones. Let's go from the quavers all the way back up to semibreve. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and crotchets. 2, 3, 4. 2 minims. 1, 2, 1, and semi-breve. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well done. And just before we leave this quick little video, I'm going to take you even deeper into the land of the semi-quaver. Semi is a word in music that means half. Quick quavers have half a beat. Semi-quavers have a half of a half. So now we're at breakfast. We've got our half crumpet each. And unfortunately, 2 more of our friends turn up that we've got to share both of our halves with them. So we only get to have 1/4 each. And they are the semi-quavers. And they're going to be counted 1 E under, 2 E under, 3 E under, 4 E under. All right, semi-breve to start, semi-breve, 4 counts, 2 minims, 4 crotchets. After the crotchets are the quavers, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and semi-quavers, 1 E under, 2 E under, 3 E under, 4 E under. Okay, let's go from the top. Semi-breve first. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, semi-breve, 2 minims, 1, 2, 1, 4 crotchets, 1, 2, 3, quavers, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 E under, 2 E under, 3 E under, 4 E under for our semi-quavers. Well done. Take a deep breath. Okay, we're going to go backwards. Semi-quavers, quavers, crotchets, minims, semi-breve. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 E under, 2 E under, 3 E under, 4 E under, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2. These are the crotchets, minims. 1, 2, 1, 2, semi-breve. 2, 3, 4. Do you know there's only one thing that I'd like to add today into that, just so that you know about it, is when you add a dot to a note, a dot actually adds 50% more onto the note than it had to start with. That's half of the value again. So if you've got a minim, remember our minims have how many counts each? 2 counts each, yes? 2 counts for a minim. So we're going to take 2 counts and think, what's half of that 2? What's half of 2? 1. So we're going to add the 2 for the minim plus 1 for the dot together, and we've got 3 counts. And we call that a dotted minim. So it looks just like a minim. It's a circle with a tail. And at the end, following the note, there's a dot to make it a little longer. Okay, so that's called a dotted minim. And a dotted minim has got how many? 2 plus 1 equals 3 counts. Minuet. We're going to call that, we're going to do a little minuet. Like we're tying off the end of a lady's dress as she's dancing the waltz. Okay, so we're going to go semi-breve, minuet with 3, 2, 3. Then we're going into our minims, our crotchets, our quavers, 1 and 2, and then our semi-breves, and then our semi-quavers. I'm getting myself tongue-tied. How's your brain? You've done a lot of learning in little time. So let's see how we can put it all together. You might have to practice this a few times, okay? We're going to now go from 4 into a minuet with 3. So we're going to go 4, 3, 2, 1, a half and a quarter. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Semi-breve, 2, 3. Here's our 3 count. Minuet. Next one's 1, 2 minims, 1. Crotchets, 1, 2, 3. Quavers, 1 and 2 and 3. And semi-quavers, 1 E under, 2 E under, 3 E under, 4 E under. Fantastic. Let's go backwards. Okay. Remember, semi-quavers, quavers, crotchets, minims, minuet, semi-breve. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 E under, 2 E under, 3 E under, 4 E under. 1 and 2 and 3 and crotchets. 1, 2, 3. Minims. 1, 2, 1. Minuet. Minuet. Finally, 1, 2, 3, 4. I hope that really helps your counting. I haven't talked about rests or anything else, but if you can remember those particular counts, it will help you all the time. Count like that in your pieces when you're singing. Always go through the counting, and if you think and divide like that, it's going to help you enormously in your playing and your singing. and in your oral tests. So go brilliantly. There's more of what I've got to say at gobravomusic.com. Whoever you are, if you're doing music, I think you're just the smartest person in the world because I love it, and I hope you love it too. Bye from Cheryl.